Hey, my name's Leon Duncan. I am a real estate agent with EXP Realty, an associate broker. I came to EXP Realty uh, roughly around 2000, the summer of 2021. I owned my own real estate brokerage for a period of time. I opened my brokerage back in 2017, um, really to focus on working with investors. James started to tell me a little bit about what EXP can offer me, but more importantly, he wanted to know where I was in my business, what my goals were, what I wanted to achieve, um, just finding out a little bit more about me, building relationships. It wasn't really the stuffy interview where you sit down with someone in their office. He came out, met with me, we had lunch, had an opportunity really to talk with each other, find out a little bit about his company, and that really piqued my interest. I enjoyed the fact of how he approached me and connected with me. He explained to me a little bit about EXP. I started to do my independent research. I think what kind of sparked my interest about EXP, and it wasn't immediately, it was really a year later that I reached out to James and really started to find a little bit more out about what he was doing at EXP. And what sparked my interest the most was the ability to help agents on a global scale, meaning to connect with agents, not just in the Atlanta real estate market, which I'm in, but to grow my business where it wasn't just restricted to the state of Georgia. James took the time and he connected me to a gentleman named Jay Kender. Now, in the past, I was very familiar with Kender Reese, the system over there. I knew a little bit about Jay Kender when I was at another real estate brokerage when I first started my journey, real estate journey in 2006. But he was able to connect me with Jay Kender. I had a really great Zoom with him. And in the course of seeing that, I was able to see how they really just started to build and connect with agents all over the globe. And it fascinated me. I didn't really think it was something for me initially, because as a real estate agent that focused on working with investors and being an investor myself, kind of felt like, hey, I really need to do something that was more independent and focused on investors. And when I discovered that James was an investor prior to becoming a real estate agent, that really kind of sparked my interest a little bit more. He showed me the group, Agent Builders, spoke to me about what Agent Builders was about, and on a larger scope, the Honey Badgers. And I think what really started to turn the wheels for me was the fact that you had a bunch of superstars that were working together in order to achieve and maximize their business. And that sparked my interest the most. I was able to see that I didn't have to recruit agents all over Georgia and bring agents in and train agents and develop agents all by myself. I could do it within a group and work off of successful tools that they already had in place, systems that they already had in place. And my agents now could benefit from the knowledge and experience of some of the best superstars in the real estate space. It's something interesting about seeing the difference between the profit share model and the revenue share model, which I had at one time at Keller Williams. Okay. So that started to attract me. I talked to James. I was not the person that jumped in immediately. Okay. And I can honestly tell you, I really probably took about a year and a couple months before I actually said, hey, this is what I wanted to do. And I really woke up one morning and I said, man, this is what I want to do. So when I came over to EXP, it was a seamless process. It wasn't hard. James really was able to get me onboarded, and it showed me how to actually onboard and come aboard the proper way. And what I did was I took that same system and I started duplicating that when I started bringing my team on. Now, as an independent agent, care to say, I had about 3 or 4 agents that were actually doing real estate investment business. Now, we say that's not a lot of people. I know with some brokerages that have a whole lot more. When I came over, I only brought one of my agents. Some of them were skeptical about it. They didn't really want to jump in and do it, which I understood. Over time and watching James and Jay and some of these other great guys get in there and show agents how this system can benefit them, not just today, but tomorrow, regardless of market ups and downs. I was able to bring in a total of about 8 agents. Now, I've only been in EXP probably about 9 months so far, but I've seen great things. My agents have been able to get out there and make sales, and they saw it. So it realigned the type of agent I wanted to connect myself with. I wanted to connect myself after seeing these guys do what they're doing. I made a decision. I wanted to connect myself and bring in and help agents succeed. The ones that really wanted to do it, the ones that were interested in what I was actually doing, interested in growing growing their revenue share base, interested in stock options, interested in their future, interested in increasing their business and what they're actually doing. Honey badgers, man, honey badgers. I think the honey badger system really, it's a very different system. I take the time to log on to the Facebook training question and ask sessions that are going on Facebook, exclusive for honey badgers. The tools and the systems that were there, I was able to actually take that and apply the tools that I needed in order to grow my business, and now help the other agents duplicate and grow their business too. So putting that all together, I was able to come up with how I wanted to have my system and my teams ran. So it was very beneficial. And now, being about 9 months in EXP, I'm growing more and more, and I'm appreciative of the experience. It was scary. I say it was a little nervous. It made me a little bit nervous. Didn't know what to expect. Didn't really think that. Didn't know how it was going to play out. I did have friends I had a friend that actually had been with EXP before, and he left. He didn't really want to stay. He said, man, this is not for me. And the thing that interests me the most is that people will influence you into making a decision that can actually change the course of your life. And you go by their decision largely because you see yourself based on their limitations and their capabilities. If you take the time and actually say, hey, this person, it did not work for this person, but I see something in it, and you dare to step out and do it, which I did, I'm able to see what others didn't see as I grow in the business. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity. I always thank James for sharing EXP with me and making that phone call. And it's amazing. So if someone approached you about EXP, regardless of what's going on with you, take the time, take a look at the model. I kicked the wheels for a period of time, but I'm happy I took the time to jump on the bus, and it is definitely life-changing.